Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting my channel. Give this video a quick like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And in this video, we are going to talk about why people's manifestations are not arriving. And a lot of times it's because of their inner world. It is not something that they're not doing. It's basically what they're not being. So in your body, you always want to be feeling as if you're so fulfilled with everything that you have. So when we're manifesting, we are looking to call in something to us, right? But in order to get that thing to come to us, we have to first have it within us. It needs to be in our body, in our psyche, in our subconscious. It needs to be part of our daily routine. We need to wake up and, we already have the money. So that means we're spending it. We're buying new things. We're buying more expensive things. So when you're being the manifestation or the energy of having the manifestation, you are then going to see it come to you. And a lot of people will book a session with me, they'll book a reading, or they'll comment on my channel and they'll say, Michelle, I just don't understand why I'm not having success, or I've been manifesting for 15 years and I'm just angry at this point. And normally it's because they haven't ever felt what it feels like to have something that they really wanted to manifest and it came in. And I am so, so grateful that I had this experience. It was in 2020. I got guided to create a mindfulness program for kids. And it was my first time manifesting something really, really big. And it was really impactful. Like I was making a difference in the world with what I was manifesting. So I was manifesting teaching on a bigger scale. I wanted to reach more kids. I was teaching meditation, mindfulness, self-respect, self-love to 6th through 12th graders. And every day the kids would come to the gym for PE class or gym class, and they had an option to choose meditation and this type of teaching with me. And I had a little meditation room in the gym. The kids would come in, they would drop their shoes outside the door, they would walk in, I would have the room smelling like essential oils. I had tapestries on the wall, I had Christmas lights. The school was really cool and they kind of let me do my thing, where most schools are very, very strict and you can't have Christmas lights hanging on the wall because it's like a fire hazard. But my school was like, Michelle, do your thing. These kids need it. So for 50 minutes, kids would come to me. They'd lay on the mat. I'd have essential oils burning. I would give them a nice cool towel and they could pick what essential oil they wanted their towel to smell like. And they would lay there and relax. And I would guide them into what it would feel like to have something that they wanted in their life. And we would rest into the feeling. So as I was teaching this, the universe then brought me an opportunity to reach more kids doing exactly what I was doing in that meditation room in that one school. I wanted to reach more kids. So the universe brought me this opportunity to create this virtual program. So I created 30 videos, 30 minutes long, and I was teaching on camera. And I also was manifesting money to pay off my debt. I had about, I think it was like $28,000 or $29,000 debt. And so I had put 30,000. I had it on my wall and where I was living, in my bedroom, in my kitchen, in my bathroom. I'm so grateful now that $30,000 arrived out of nowhere. But I also was manifesting, I don't want to teach in the classroom anymore. I want to teach on a bigger scale. I want to reach more people or more kids. I created it within, by the time I got the offer to create it, it was July, and then I had my wisdom teeth out in August. So I had a little setback. The universe was allowing me to rest so I could process how I really wanted to create this program. And then by December, I finished it all. It was out there. Schools all over the US have it, and they were purchasing it before I even started filming. So it was like schools were wanting it, and I was so scared because I had to perform well. People were already purchasing this program that I hadn't even created yet. So there was a lot of pressure with this. But the fulfillment I felt getting emails from people. I would get an email from a student in like Wisconsin who was like, Miss Thornton, we saw your email in one of the videos. We wanted to let you know we saw hearts today and we're thinking about you and your daughter, and thank you for teaching us to meditate. So that manifestation came true. Here I am reaching kids from all over, and they're emailing me and letting me know that my lessons are hitting their heart and they're feeling so good and they're meditating and understanding their anxiety. And then the money arrived. And that's the feeling that I'm talking about in this video. When the email arrived about that student saying that they were a student from my online program, that was the first email I ever got. I can't even tell you the feeling in my body that I had. It was just like everything I had ever dreamt of came true. It was a manifestation that came true. And I was like, I did it. I did something that was out of my comfort zone. I was not used to filming. I was not used to editing. I was so scared. And it was mostly elementary schools who I was teaching on video. And then the money arrived. I got $29,750 on December 23rd, I think, of 2020. So like April, May, and June, I was manifesting $30,000. July, the offer came. December, I finished filming and schools had already purchased it. So after I finished filming, the company cut me a check because they had already had the money because schools were buying it, but they wanted to wait until they got my product before they paid me. So December 23rd, like what an awesome Christmas gift to get a deposit into your bank account of $29,000. And I had manifested 30. I literally was like walking into walls in my house going, no one's going to believe me. Nobody's going to believe me that I wrote down $30,000 and 6 months later I got $29,750. I was like $300 short. That feeling resides in my nervous system now. So when I'm now teaching manifestation and calling things in, my psyche immediately goes to that feeling. And I can understand people being frustrated, that basically what I'm saying is that feeling helps me generate more manifestations because I can go into that in my body. I can remember what it feels like. I can sit here and be like, oh, I remember getting that deposit. I remember getting that email from that student. And if you've never experienced a manifestation, it's hard to get into the vibration of it. So I understand you. I understand if you're frustrated. I understand if you want to give up and you say you've been doing it for 15 years. But my advice in this video is to start small. Start the momentum going. And my water bottle just cracked when I said that. So that is complete confirmation. I started small. The very first thing in 2014, the very first thing I manifested was $20. I asked the universe, I just read the book, The Secret, and I was like, all right, what is this law of attraction stuff? I have no idea what it is. Let me see if this works. So I manifested $20. Asked for it on a Sunday. That Wednesday, I babysat for my brother and he slid a $20 bill into my jacket pocket. I got home that night, was like getting undressed, saw it, and I was like, oh, I manifested $20, literally a $20 bill, not like two tens. And I texted him, I'm like, why did you do this? You never pay me for babysitting. He's like, I don't know. I just felt called to give you $20 to go buy yourself some dinner. My brother has never paid me to babysit. So that was my first experience with it. That was the first feeling of like, I created this with the universe. I co-created it. So if you're frustrated, if you're really upset with this journey and you feel like your manifestations are not coming, start smaller. Go back to the beginning. Start asking for smaller things to build that momentum. And when it arrives, don't say this is a coincidence or it's so small. Even my biggest manifestations, when they come in, I still think, oh, I think this was already in the works for me. Like I didn't really create this. Maybe it was my soul's path and it was just meant to be here. And I downplay it. I can't even tell you how many times. And I know I say that phrase all the time, like I can't even tell you, but I manifested $25,000 check in January. I manifested my credit card debt, which was close to 20 something back in September and October. I manifested the $30,000 from my mindfulness program. And I've manifested $10,000, $4,000 here or there for other reasons. I've manifested $4,000 to pay for a course that I took in the winter. I mean, it paid 2,000, but I got 4,000 from the universe when I manifested. So each time these money manifestations would come in, my mind would quickly say, Michelle, this was meant to be. Like, you didn't have control over this. It was already coming. But the Michelle prior to that, who's writing in her journal these exact amounts, like literally the exact amounts, I'm believing it's coming and then it comes and then I don't believe that I did it when it came. So even I question it sometimes. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Your manifestations might be slow and they might not be showing up because you're already questioning it. Like I question it after it arrives, which is kind of weird, but you might be questioning it before it arrives. And that's what's blocking it because you're fully not believing. I'm so delusional and so I live in fairy tale land all day long that I believe it's going to come. And then when it comes, I actually don't believe that it's here. So how can I get you to flip that? How can we get you to flip that script in your head so that you believe it before you see it? Because when you see it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so unbelievable. But even then, I don't want you to say that because that's just the momentum. That's the first wave of your abundance that's coming. More and more and more is coming, just like my story. It started with the 30,000. That was the first big manifestation for me. All of these little things started to happen more and more and more. Momentum kept building. And some days it would be manifesting $10 that I would find on the ground. Other days it would be a free coffee, but it never ends. We're just continuously calling and asking and thanking and being in our gratitude. And when you get into this momentum, it just keeps building and building and building. And all of a sudden, you have this life where you're just like, your first instinct is to ask this higher power that you can't see, feel, or touch. And then you receive it, and you're just like, wow. So I hope this doesn't make you feel like I'm sitting here bragging and saying, well, I have this in my life and I did this. And I don't want it to be that. I want it to be a visual, a feeling that you can step into. Maybe you listening to me helps you feel it in your body of that it's possible for you. And I know a lot of people tell me when they watch my videos, they feel things. I just had somebody today say that she could feel my love watching my video and she just put wow. And I was like, that was the best compliment and best comment I've ever gotten on any social media platform. When you can feel love from somebody just from them speaking about maybe a teaching topic or whatever, like that's amazing. That means that my energy is actually being received the way I want it to be received. So allow yourself to feel the energy of whatever I am sharing with you, whether it's a manifestation, whether it's a tip, a trick, a key to this process. Feel what your body is feeling. Like sit here and go, what does my body feel when I'm watching these videos? Is my heart racing? Am I feeling like chills on my body? Your soul talks to you through your body. And if you're feeling it, you have to sit there and be aware of what the feelings are. Because if you're calling in $30,000, $100,000, $500,000, your body has to feel the energy of the manifestation when it arrives in order for it to arrive. So by you stepping into your body more, taking a pause and going, what do I feel in this moment right now? I feel peace. I feel calm. I feel tingles. I feel warmth. I feel better listening to something like this, or I just feel quiet and peaceful out in nature right now. When your body feels that peace and that calm, it's almost as if you just received some really comforting news. And that's the energy you want to be in as much as you can. And if your manifestation isn't arriving, you have to ask yourself, how often am I in my body, feeling my emotions, identifying them, becoming aware of them? And if I don't feel good, am I flipping it and making sure that I am the person that has the thing already? Even if you've never received a manifestation that made you feel a certain way, take my tips, take my story, and try to put yourself in my shoes. I was a teacher, I was struggling. I just was like so aggravated being on that schedule of having to be at lunch duty and having to write all these lesson plans. And I just wanted freedom. I just wanted to reach more kids. And here I am, it's summer, July. I open up my DMs and it's somebody saying, hey, Michelle, we need a meditation teacher to create a virtual mindfulness program. Like your program could be in schools all over the US and you could make over $100,000 doing this. Would you like to do it? It's like the universe just handed me this wrapped gift. And as a teacher for all those years, I never would have guessed that this would have come my way. So, whatever you're unsure about in your life and you're wondering why your manifestation is not coming in, I had no idea that I would be offered to make a virtual mindfulness program. That was not on my radar. That's not what I was manifesting. But in reality, it was because I wanted to reach more kids. So, where are you maybe not taking action on an offer that came to you that could be bringing in the manifestation in a different way than you expected? So open up your body, open up your energy to receiving your manifestation in a bunch of different ways. And then you have to walk towards your fear when you're scared to do it. Because I was terrified to open up my computer and to film because I just didn't know what I was doing. I was so used to teaching with kids live in a classroom, and I could feel their feelings and I knew what they wanted me to say and how I could help them. Now I'm talking to a screen, not knowing what these kids need. So it was a whole new ball game for me, and I took risks. So when I sit here and say that, I hope you guys don't think I'm bragging and saying all these things, but I actually did the difficult things. I quit my job with nothing lined up. I started creating this program with so much fear. So you have to move through fear to receive manifestations. So if you're watching this and you haven't really done anything, you haven't really taken a risk, you haven't stepped out of your comfort zone, then you might not receive that manifestation because you're staying in your comfort zone. So I hope this doesn't leave you feeling discouraged. But again, you don't have to take big leaps of faith right now. Start small, get the vibration going, feel what it feels like to be in your body when you receive good news, and try to mimic that feeling without getting good news. And do that every single day. Put your body in the feeling state and be like, oh, this feels so good. I can't believe I just got this money, which isn't here yet. You know, in quotes, it's not here yet. But you're in the energy of the person that just received it. And you can even imagine yourself texting your friend and you're like, oh my gosh, I just got this money. Can you believe this? Like sometimes my friends and I will text each other and we'll put it in quotes so that they really don't think we received $1 million. But we'll put it in quotes and send it, and we're just practicing our manifesting. All right, lovies, if you need help, message me below. I can help you on your manifesting journey to release these blockages and help you call in your desires. You're so worthy, and I don't want to see you staying stuck and not receiving them just because of maybe one small little hiccup that you might not be doing, feeling, or experiencing. Remember, it's all about what we're being, who we're being in order to receive the desire. All right, lovies, I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you so much for being here. All right, peace out.